Completely oblivious. Does that bird know anything that's happening behind him? That's us a lot of times. Satan and his angels are behind us, and we have no idea on what's going on. But God is actually revealing what's going on in these last days. 2 Thessalonians 2. We're going to be going through a lot of text this morning. 2 Thessalonians 2, chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Don't let anyone deceive you in any way. He, meaning the devil, will oppose and will exalt himself over everything that is called God or is worshipped, so that he sets himself up in God's temple, proclaiming himself to be God. Matthew 24:24. For false Christs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and miracles to deceive even the elect, if that were possible. To deceive even the elect. So you put this in your mind. The holiest person that you know. Okay? The holiest person that you know. Satan is even deceiving them. That's what the scriptures say. And keep that in mind as we go throughout this presentation. Have you guys ever read the story of Pied Piper? Okay. He led the rats or the mice out of the town, and then he led the children out of the town. And the children didn't know anything. They were just following the music. And it hypnotized them, and he took them away. That's what's happening today, not just in music, but in a lot of things that's out there that's of the world. God says to be ye separate. Okay? Revelation 12:9, it says, and the dragon, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth part of the world. He was cast out, what? Oh, it says the whole world. Okay, so he deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Remember that, the whole world. That means including the Seventh-day Adventist Church. All right? How will Satan deceive the whole world? Let's look at the stars. Okay? And when I started doing this type of research, the Bible is a two-edged sword. A lot of people think that we need to take that Bible and hit it upside the head on other people. But it's two-edged. It's supposed to come back and cut us. Okay? So when I started doing this research, a lot of things that I believed and a lot of things that I thought, it was cutting into my heart too. And I kept going back to God. I was like, Lord, is this true? Is this real? Is this right? I don't want people to think that I'm crazy or I'm loco or what. Please let me know something that's solid. And I'll tell you how I actually came to the conclusion that all of this is solid. But let's take a look at the stars. Whenever you see stars, you notice that they're either swirling galaxies, okay? Or whenever you look at a star in the sky, it's in the shape of a cross, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, okay? Even stars like this. We have the Hubble Space Telescope, which has brought out a lot. Technology, I love technology. It's brought out a lot of truth in today's time. So we're looking at stars a little bit closer now, and you see that it's in the shape of a cross, of a T, okay? Even looking at that, you see that some twinkling stars, they're a cross and they have a little circle, going around it. But I want to take a look at this star. Where did this star ever come from? Does anyone know? I've never heard anyone give me the origination or tell me where did this star, the five-pointed star, originate from. We've known that ever since we were in elementary. Even before you go to school, you draw that star. It's a no-brainer. If someone asks you to mark something down, what do? You star it, right? Okay. Let's see where this came from. The facts. The 5-pointed star, commonly called a what? Pentagram, consists of an unbroken line crossing to form 5 points. Commonly, 1 point sticks upward, while 2 go left and right, and 2 stick out from the bottom. The pentagram can be circled or not. For some, the lack of a circle represents the star's awareness, quote unquote, or activity level being high, while circled signifies protection and connection. And if you think that I'm just making this stuff up, I have where I got it from. Okay? So all of this stuff is out there. We need to go out and do our research. So it doesn't matter if you call it a star, if you call it a 5-pointed star, the real name is what? Pentagram. Doesn't matter if it's upside down or right side up. Okay? A 5-pointed star is a very commonly ideogram throughout the world. If drawn with lines of equal length and angles of 36 degrees at each point, it is sometimes termed a golden 5-pointed star. If the collinear edges, now we're starting to get into school or whatever. If the collinear edges are joined together, a pentagram is produced, which is the simplest of the unicursal star polygons, and a symbol of mystical and magical significance. So believe it or not, when we're drawing the star, now I'm not saying, please don't take this. Don't take it like this. Don't say that we can't go and we can't draw stars anymore. Okay? I'm not saying that. But know where the history of all of this stuff comes from. Okay? That's all that I'm trying to say this morning. Just know that the 5-pointed star, the pentagram, is used for mystical and magical. It has mystical and magical significance. Okay? We're going to look at a couple of pictures here. Now, we know about the pentagram when it's turned upside down. Occultists, Satanists, a lot of demon-worshipping seances, things like that, they use the upside-down pentagram. But we also see that it's used right side up. So it doesn't matter. Everything that we touch on this planet has a spiritual implication. This is another one. This is called the Goat of Mendez. A lot of people have seen that. And we're going to go through a couple of slides this morning that some parents, you may say, oh my goodness, why are we showing that? Your kids already know about it. They go on the internet. They go to the movies. They know about this stuff. It's time for us to get educated and to go out and teach other people. Okay? But these amulets over here that's on this necklace, these are what occultists use to signify that that Lucifer is their god, or the god Baphomet, which represents Lucifer. We're going to talk about Baphomet in a little bit. This is Baphomet. This is what's called the Goat of Mendez. And on top of his or her head is the pentagram. Okay? Do your research. Because pretty much all the world is worshiping that God, which represents Lucifer. We in the church really need to be educated about that. Now, this, like I said, it hurt me. It hurt me a lot to see what's going on. Our governments, all the high powers in the world, because you wonder, the Bible says that all the world wondered after the beast. That means that all the governments of the world, all of the high powers of the world, all of the elite of the world will wander after the beast. So you're like, well, how is that going to happen? Well, it's been happening for years, but we haven't noticed it. It's been in disguise. The Medal of Honor. I am not saying that the person who attained the Medal of Honor is an evil person. The system that's behind all of this. Satan is controlling the whole world. Okay? I had uncles that were in Vietnam, and a couple of them received the Medal of Honor. So I've seen this medal before. But I never noticed that the Medal of Honor is always upside down. Always upside down. And over here, if you can see it from back there, you see that there are some lightning bolts that's coming out of there. We're going to talk about the lightning bolt in a little bit too. Okay, let's go to the next slide. This is from Freemasonry. Okay, and I know, and like I said, it shocked me again because I found out that my dad used to be a Freemason. Am I saying that the people who are in Freemasonry are evil? No. But the system that's behind everything. Okay? So even in Freemasonry, this is a star that they use in their lodges. This is another Freemason badge. Another Medal of Honor it has something different on it, but it's still upside down. There's another example. There's another example over here. Now I put these two pictures up here just to compare how they look. This is an amulet that's performed in satanic worship. I really can't tell the difference. Only the goat head. That's about it. So what we're doing in ordinary life, occultists are doing in their ritual life. So the Bible says that if the blind lead the blind, both shall do what? Fall in the ditch. So even if you're blind and you're not willing to go and educate yourself and dig into the Bible, you're going to be following blindly, and both shall fall in the ditch. The Bible is straight and clear. Okay? So Revelation 13, 3 and 4. It says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast." Verse 4, "And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" Again, the whole world. So now, and when I show this, a lot of people there, I know I get, "Oh, come on, Sean, these are just flags. Come on, all nations have, their emblems or whatever." But you wonder, how is Satan going to deceive the whole world? The whole world has his emblem representing their flag. All of the nations, the major nations of the world, have a pentagram on it. I've never noticed this ever in my life until I started studying this. And I pray that you will go out and do the same study. But, which nation has the most stars? You wonder about that. All of this is coming to a head. All of this is coming to a head, whether we like it or not. The truth is the truth. So we need to keep an eye out.